What's up again, my students? It's your boy, Senior Bishop, here again. So today will finally be the start of our lessons, okay? So we'll be doing arithmetic first, because that's the basics. You know what they say? With the basics, everything is simpler, everything else. So I want to focus on subtraction and addition today, since those are the two ones that are basically used everywhere else. So addition, the sign looks like this. Subtraction, the sign looks like this. The difference is there's a vertical line intersecting inside the horizontal line. This is just a horizontal line. That's also a quick question about ELA, our subtopic vocabulary. Horizontal, think of horizon, flat, where the sun lies on, that's flat. And then for vertical, can't really think about anything for vertical, but maybe you can. But let me just tell you, vertical is a straight line up and down. You know how they say vertical for jumping inside a pacer test or jumping to measure jumping height? That's your vertical. So this is subtraction, addition. Remember that. Addition is basically when you add two numbers onto each other, like 6 and 7. That would equal 13. And addition, something that you probably didn't know about it, is it's commutative. Which means that it can be interchangeable. Commutative, no matter how much I switch these around, 7 plus 6 still equals 13. That's the difference that it has with subtraction. Because in subtraction, you're taking numbers away from the first start. The value of whatever these two numbers are equal to is called the sum. Inside subtraction, that's called the difference. Okay? So 7 minus 6. What's 7 minus 6? 3, 2, 1. Okay. So if your difference for 7 minus 6 was 1, then you're correct. Now let's switch it around. However, remember, subtraction is not commutative. I'll be telling you this multiple times over. It's not. 6 minus 7. I'll give you 3 seconds. 3, 2, 1. If you got -1, you're correct. The reason why it's -1 is because you're stooping lower than the 6 itself. So imagine this. You're at 6, right? Let me just write it. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0, -1. Okay? So you stoop down 1. 5, 4, wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You're landing on -1. Now, if you got 1 as your answer, that's all right. Because remember, we all make mistakes. That's why I'm here to teach you and make you better. So, always remember, addition is commutative. Subtraction, you take away, not commutative. Cannot switch it around. It's not interchangeable. Each subtraction is always fixed on one answer. Okay, so for division and multiplication, I'll tell you this. Multiplication, repeated addition. The sign looks like an X, but don't get it mixed up. The sign might look like an X, it's not an X. There's also another sign for multiplication, a dot, or you could be pretty cool and use an asterisk. So those are the 3 signs for multiplication that are commonly used. And then there's division. So the first most known division sign is this. Let me tell you a fun fact about why it looks like this. You know what a fraction is, right? 1 over 2. That's my example of a fraction. This is similar to the division sign because this is the split. That's just a line. This is also something that you can say is division, the slash. So 1 over 2, that would be the same written as 1 divided by 2 because you're putting the 1 over here and the 2 is going over here. See that? So the division and fraction signs are very, very similar. And then there's one last sign for division. This is for like long division. You won't be seeing it in normal format. Let me put some placeholder numbers. So that's 5 divided by 8. Okay, you get it? Now I'll be giving some example questions. If you get it right, that's fine. If you get it wrong, that's fine. Just try your best. So 6 times 8 equals what? 8 times 6 equals what? Okay. Then we have 8 divided by 40 and 40 divided by 8 equals. I'll give you 3 seconds for this first question right here. Number 1. 3, 2, 1. If your answer was 48, then you are indeed correct. The answer is 48 for multiplication. See? So like I said before, multiplication is repeated addition. You'll be adding 6 onto itself 8 times. Like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Get that? So 6 plus 6, 12, 12, 12, 12. 12 plus 12, 24. 24. 24 plus 24, our grand answer, 48. Okay? So it's just repeated addition. It's not too hard. If you really think about it simply, it's not too hard. There's no need to be complicating it for yourself in any which way. And by the time you're done envisioning the repeated addition, you'll be able to do it in your brain. You get me? So then, 8 times 6. That would be 8 how many times? 6 times. I won't be doing this one for you. I'd like you to tell me what the answer is. 3, 2, 1. If your answer was 48, you are correct. So, what's something you notice between these two numbers? What's something you notice? If you notice that they were the same number, you'd be correct. Because just like addition, multiplication is commutative. Commutative. So that means it's interchangeable. Can be switched back and forth, back and forth. So these two questions are basically the same thing. So the solution for a multiplication equation is called the product. These two are factors. Factor times factor equals product. You get me? Okay. So for the division, I'd like to do this one first. Seems simpler, right? Because the bigger number comes first. The dividend comes first before the and the dividend is bigger than the divisor. Dividend, first number. divisor, second number. You get me? So 40 divided by 8. You write your long division. The first number that comes first, the dividend, always goes inside the house. Remember that. They're going to try to trick you. Not the bigger number goes inside the house. The dividend, okay? So the dividend goes inside first. The divisor stays outside. The divisor is taking out from the dividend. How many times can 8 go into 4? If you said 0, that's correct. Now, since there's 0 times, you go over to here. How many times can 8 go into 40? If you said 5, you're correct. We can even check that over here with how we learned how to do multiplication. Fun fact, multiplication is the opposite of division. Division is seeing how many times a number can go inside the, how many times the divisor can go inside the dividend. And then multiplication is seeing how many numbers will create the product. You see? So we can check that right here. 8 plus 8 plus 8 plus 8 plus 8. That equals 16. So 16 plus 16, 32. 32 plus 8 equals 40. That's our answer. So you're always going to want to check your work because there's no being too confident if you're going to take points off of what you could initially score. So the answer is 5. What you call the name of what these two dividend and divisors solve to is the quotient. Spell quotient like this. Quotient. See that? So 5 would be our quotient. The way to turn this into multiplication would be 5 times 8. Basically just the quotient times the divisor. Or you could do, if you wanted, the quotient times the dividend. Okay? So that equals 5. Now 8 divided by 40. This is when we get into the hard stuff. 8 goes inside the house. Never believe it's the bigger number. The dividend, first number that comes, always goes inside the house. And the divisor, 40, outside the house. Okay, so 8 divided by 40. We're going to use the long division format, which was also one of the division ways that you make the sign that I told you. Okay, so 40 divided by 8. How many times can 40 go into 8? 0 times. So you make a 0 over here. You add a decimal point because this is now going into decimals, less than wholes. Because if 8 is a 1-digit number that cannot contain the 2-digit number 40, we're going to make it 1. And to do that, our quotient has to be a decimal. You get me? So how many times can 40 go into 80? 2 times. So that would equal 0. It goes evenly, subtracts evenly. So 0.2. That's our quotient. So to check our work, we need to multiply by the divisor. Okay? So 0.2 times 40. 0.2 times 40. (0.2 times 40) is 80. It's 80, right? But let me tell you how to do divisions times whole number. I mean, the decimals times whole numbers. So you just do it straight across. 2 times 40. Forget any placement it has on the value chart yet. So 2 times 40, that's 80. Now we remember how much times does it go back from 0? That's 1 time. So you take The invisible decimal point, there's always an invisible decimal point behind every number. And you pull it upwards once. You get that? So now, 8.0 is equal to 8. You get me? So that's math. That's simple. So now that you know simple arithmetic, I'll write a vast amount of equations. I'd like for you to solve them. Pause the video if you need to, but I'd like for you to solve them. Okay? Type your answers down in the comments for this last few for these last few equations, okay? Put your answer for all these few equations down in the comment. Whoever gets the most of these answers right, tomorrow I'll put your name on the board, like a shout out. Goodbye. Wait. Before I go, I'd like to apologize for a mistake I made yesterday. Like for the science thing, I said we'd be learning easy biology and easy geography. This is not supposed to be geography. The suffix graphy means like you're writing it down. Geography is basically earthquakes and all that stuff, like how disasters affect the ground. Geography is basically only searching about the ground. Geology, which I meant because I said how the world starts. Geology. Ology, this suffix, that means the study of. So geo, the prefix, means life. The study of life. Wait. Geo, the prefix, means earth. The study of earth. Okay? This, ology, that means the study of. Bio, life. The study of life. That's it. Goodbye. Giây phút em gặp anh